There are decisions that feel like thunder, loud, obvious, impossible to miss. And then there are decisions that feel like dust, so small you don't even notice them settling. This story is about a man named Adrian Cole. Not famous, not powerful, just ordinary in the way most lives are ordinary, until one quiet choice bends the whole path. It happened on a Tuesday. No storm, no tragedy, no warning music. Just a small decision made in a hallway that ruined his life. Adrian was 31, steady, responsible, and tired in a way coffee couldn't fix. He worked in logistics for a mid-sized company. Routes, shipments, schedules. A job built on details that other people didn't want to notice. He wasn't rich, but he wasn't reckless either. He paid his rent on time. He called his mother every Sunday. He didn't gamble. And he loved one person with a quiet seriousness. Mira. Mira wasn't loud about love. She was the kind of woman who remembered your favorite snack without making a speech about it. They were saving for a small wedding. Nothing expensive, nothing dramatic, just a day that felt honest. But the last few months had been tight. Bills rose. Hours shifted. Adrian's manager had started pressuring the team to deliver more with fewer resources. And when pressure sits long enough, it changes you. Not into a villain, just into someone who starts looking for shortcuts. One evening, Adrian stayed late to finish a shipping report. The office was quiet. A cleaner moved down the hall, pushing a cart with the steady rhythm of someone who had seen every type of person and stopped judging them. Adrian printed papers, then walked toward the copier room. That's when he noticed something. A door near the back, usually locked, was slightly open. The door to the inventory cage. Inside were high-value items waiting for shipment. Small electronics, premium components, sealed boxes with clean labels. Adrian didn't step in. He just looked. And in his mind, something began to whisper, a thought that didn't sound evil. It sounded practical. It wouldn't hurt anyone if one small item disappeared. The company won't even notice. You're underpaid. You've been loyal. Adrian closed the door halfway, as if that ended the thought. But it didn't, because the door wasn't the problem. The door was just a mirror. The next day, Adrian returned early. He told himself it was for work, but he walked past his desk without sitting down. He went straight to the back. The inventory cage door was closed now. Locked. He felt relief. Good, he thought. Then it's over. I'm not that kind of person. Then he saw something else. A clipboard left on a hook, with the access code scribbled in the corner. Probably by mistake. Probably by someone careless. Adrian stood there, staring at those numbers. This was the moment. Not a crime scene. Not a dramatic temptation. Just ink on paper. He could walk away. He could tear the paper and throw it out. He could pretend he never saw it. Instead, he took the clipboard down. He wrote the code on the inside of his palm. A small decision. He didn't steal anything that day. That's the part most people don't understand. The first wrong choice wasn't the theft. It was the permission. A week later, Mira said their landlord was raising the rent again. She tried to make her voice light, like it wasn't a weight. But Adrian saw the fear behind her smile. That night, he couldn't sleep. He told himself he wasn't desperate. He told himself he was just tired. Then his mind returned to that code. The next morning, before anyone arrived, Adrian entered the inventory cage. His hands were steady. His heartbeat was not. He didn't take something big. He chose something small, easy to hide, easy to sell. A single premium component in a small box. He slid it into his bag and walked out. No alarms. No cameras flashing. Nothing happened. And that was the most dangerous thing. Because when you do something wrong and nothing happens, your brain calls it safe. Adrian sold it online that weekend. It paid 2 bills. He told himself, one time. Then he bought Mira flowers. Not out of love, out of guilt. The next theft didn't feel as heavy. The third felt routine. Adrian didn't become reckless overnight. He became efficient. He learned which items were least tracked. He learned when the cameras were being serviced. He learned which supervisor never checked logs carefully. And the terrifying part was how normal he remained on the outside. He laughed with coworkers. He helped new hires. He kissed Mira goodnight. He was still Adrian, just with a hidden compartment in his life. Then the company sent an email. Inventory discrepancy investigation. Full audit scheduled. Adrian read it 3 times. His mouth dried. He told himself it was random. But audits aren't random when losses are steady. That night, Mira noticed his silence. What's wrong? She asked. Nothing, Adrian said too quickly. Mira touched his arm. Adrian, your nothing has been heavy lately. He almost told her. He almost confessed right there. But the fear was stronger than honesty. So he made another small decision. He lied. The audit team arrived on a Monday. They didn't look like police. They looked like accountants. That's what made them scarier. Quiet people with laptops and neutral faces. They asked for access logs. They asked for camera footage. They asked for shipping records. Adrian sat at his desk, answering emails with shaking hands. He told himself he could stop. He told himself he would stop after the audit. But his mind had already crossed a line it couldn't unsee. If they catch you, you lose everything. So instead of stopping, he tried to control the situation. He volunteered to help the audit team speed things up. He smiled politely. He offered reports. He inserted himself into the investigation like a man placing his fingerprints on his own crime scene. The lead auditor, a calm woman named Dana, looked at him with gentle eyes. "Thank you," she said. "We appreciate cooperation." Adrian nodded. His throat felt tight, because cooperation felt like camouflage. But Dana's calm wasn't naive. It was professional. She didn't need Adrian's help. She needed Adrian to feel comfortable enough to make a mistake. 3 days into the audit, Adrian received a message from Dana. "Can you confirm these access times? There are entries without matching task tickets." Adrian's stomach dropped. He looked at the list. Several times matched his early morning visits. Not all, but enough. He could confess. He could resign. He could disappear. Instead, fear offered him the easiest option: fix the log. He had limited access, just enough to correct some timestamps for legitimate reasons. He opened the system. His fingers hovered. This was the second major turning point. Stealing had been a quiet crime. Tampering would be a loud one. He knew that. And still, he changed one line. Just one. To make a visit look like a routine task. A small decision. And the instant he did it, the system flagged a discrepancy. A red notification appeared. Admin change recorded. He stared at it, frozen. That was the moment he understood. The hole he had been digging was deeper than he thought. And now he had placed a sign above it. The next morning, Adrian was called into a conference room. Dana sat with 2 people from HR and 1 man from corporate security. No one looked angry. That's the part Adrian couldn't handle. Anger would have been easier. Dana spoke first. "Adrian, we've noticed missing items," she said. "We've also recorded access anomalies." Adrian tried to speak. Nothing came. Dana continued calmly. "Last night, someone edited an access record. That action was logged." She paused. "Only 3 employees have permission to edit access records." Adrian's heart thudded. Dana slid a paper across the table. It was a list of his early arrivals. Security camera stills. A pattern. Not proof of every theft. Proof of enough. Corporate security leaned forward. "We're giving you a chance," he said. "Tell us where the items went." Adrian stared at the table. He thought of Mira, their wedding, her trust. And he realized the worst part of this wasn't losing his job. It was knowing he had trained himself to betray the people he loved. He opened his mouth. And for the first time in months, he told the truth. Adrian didn't go to prison that day. Not immediately. The company chose a settlement path first. Repayment, termination, legal monitoring. But consequences came in a quieter way. Mira found out. Not because someone told her. Because Adrian finally did. He sat on the edge of their sofa, hands trembling, and confessed everything. Mira didn't scream. She didn't throw things. She just looked at him like she was watching someone sink. When he finished, she whispered, "Why didn't you tell me you were struggling?" Adrian couldn't answer. Because the truth was ugly. He hadn't stolen for rent. Not really. He had stolen to feel control. To stop feeling small. To avoid the shame of needing help. Mira stood slowly. Tears filled her eyes, but her voice stayed steady. "I loved you," she said, "but I can't build a life on hidden rooms." She left that night to stay with her sister. And the apartment felt enormous. Not because it was big, because it was empty of trust. Months later, Adrian worked a different job. Lower pay. No keys to cages. No access codes. He lived smaller now, by necessity. One evening, he walked past a hardware store and stopped. Through the glass, he saw shelves of tools, hammers, levels, tape measures. He remembered his father's hands, years ago, teaching him how to measure twice. Adrian heard his father's voice in his mind. Small mistakes become big damage. Back then, it had been about wood. Now it was about life. Adrian didn't become a saint. He didn't get a perfect redemption. But he learned something real. A ruined life rarely begins with a dramatic decision. It begins with a small permission you give yourself, and the next one, and the next, until the person you used to be feels far away. Adrian stood outside the store for a long time. Then he turned and walked home, slower than he used to. Not because he was weak, because he finally understood something he'd ignored for years. The smallest decisions are often the most expensive, because you don't notice what they re-buying until it's too late.